good, everybody out there? Welcome back to a brand new season 2, episode 1 of the Laker Lounge Confidential, otherwise known as LLC. And it's me, one of your favorite guys, Official B Cannon, and I'm with my bro D Hill, and we are brought to you by the Three Man Weave podcast, your favorite pod's favorite pod. So what's good, my brother?
You already know what time it is. I'm good. I'm here. We in the building, man. Let's get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
And the
get to
building feel good to be in the building, man. Cause Lord, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this, Instagram.
it.
Bro, football season ain't really going the way I expected it. And fantasy going even worse, man. So I'm pretty excited for the NBA to be returning.
I ain't gonna let you get that off on your fantasy. You know, one of your leagues you're doing very well, but
But
I
I
mean,
but I'm honestly about to lose that game to the Bijan fiasco, man.
you got him. You got him in both leagues too.
Yeah, man. So it's like he ain't play and they ain't do nothing with the injury report. Knew he
Yeah.
wasn't feeling well. Knew it was a possibility he would miss a lot of the game. It's just like just did us dirty, man. So it's like
And then they played him one. They did him one carry just so he wouldn't void on the tickets. Like it was nasty work, man.
nasty work, bro.
Like they not even hiding it how they getting us over
That
at
that
this
was
point, man.
nasty work. So it's like, and to your fantasy people, bro, that hurt us, man. So it's like, dang, you could have just told us, like, bro, you could have even said an illness, questionable. At least we know, you know what I'm saying? I had other people that I could have played, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And they did well this week. So it's like, bro, come on. I could have put Gus in there, like, come on, man.
Anybody. You
Anybody.
feel what I'm saying? Anybody at that point. Um, but like I said, this is the beginning of the season for us. The season starts tomorrow, and it's it's also the time to be the most optimistic as we can see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had a
Mhm.
we can get ready to it. We had a great off season.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, sir.
I know it wasn't star studded with we didn't get Kyrie and we didn't trade for Dame like other people did and other things, but I think we did a competent off season. We did all the moves that we wanted to make.
Yep.
We made some and we did some moves that we didn't foresee that was going to happen, like getting a Gabe Vincent.
Hmm.
Um
That was big.
like I said, that was a big move that, like I said,
Hmm.
solidified the backcourt. To go get a Christian Wood at the end, like late in the free agency, solidify the
Yeah,
entire
absolutely.
roster, the big man depth behind AD, Jackson
Hmm.
Hayes that we got. So let's get into what we actually did this off season. And we got the graphic right here. Um, First we brought back AR
Hmm.
15. He had
Had
a
to be done.
had to be. He had an amazing FIBA tournament. Unfortunately, we didn't win, but he made strides. He ended up
Yeah.
becoming a starter, and like you said, he did his thing. We brought Rui back. You
Had to
know,
be done.
another thing that had to be done. The two moves that we needed, the most important moves that we needed to make, bringing back AR and Rui. They came back, so we like I said, we good. Um, D'Lo,
Yeah.
D'Lo came back, and D'Lo is
Another had to be done move.
another had to be done move instead of I know he had a terrible Western Conference Finals. I know it's
Yeah.
a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth,
Hmm.
pause, but it it had to be done based off the fact that what he did do before that Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. He one of the
And
reasons that he helped get us to the Western Conference Final. So
yeah,
I'm not going and I've seen it happen. And
yeah,
it wasn't like we played a lot of games. It's only 4 games. So I've seen better players than him get into a 4-game slump. That's
yeah,
possible, bro. Just so happened to be bad timing. So I took it for what it was. I forgave him right then and there, especially like I think I said it last year on season 1 on LLC. Like after all of those games where he played bad, bro, he was literally in the gym shooting. Whether
trying,
he was away or home, you could really ask for. Like if you one of these guys, we don't see you putting in no work, we don't see you doing nothing, then you out there like that, cool. But it's like I gotta assume that he's gonna push through and break through. And I'm sure he had a great summer, great off season.
he heard all the rhetoric, and sometimes that's a gift and a curse.
Hmm.
fold under that pressure. But some people, relish in it and like take it on the chin and be like, oh, you know what? Let's get it. I'm about to prove all my doubters, all my haters wrong. He been focusing on his defense.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody saying that he about to be the all defensive player in the league. But like I say, just don't be a liability at this point, and
Yep.
it's gonna be a tremendous stride for our defense. Um, a surprising move that we got, Torian Prince.
Yeah, man.
Um, yeah, he wasn't really on the radar that we suspected, and we got kind of
Mm-hmm.
early in free agency.
Yep.
Let's talk about that.
And even when we got him, I like the move, but I was like, all right, I want to see it, and I'm gonna tell you after preseason, I really like the move.
Absolutely.
Um, just for what and everything that we said last year that he could bring to the floor, like he's a stretch guy, but he can also, you know what I mean, bang the boards, and he can put a body on uh bigger offensive players. We're in the Western Conference Finals, so we're gonna need somebody that can give Bron a break and AD a break in those rotation of like those Kevin Durant's and those type players like that.
Mhm.
So I like him. He can also hit the open shot, which anybody, if you play with Bron, that's got to be in your repertoire. So I like that about him. I like his attitude, man, his scrappiness. So I think that's a good piece. It's something that we've been missing because
Mhm.
remember when we brought in Rashid last year, I was excited because I'm like, all right, we're missing that toughness. That's one thing. We're more like a finesse team. And I think Torian Prince brings us some edge and some toughness to the front court
Absolutely. Like I said,
or to the wing, wherever he's gonna be at.
it wasn't like I said, it wasn't on our radar, but it gives you some of that. It gives you some of that junkyard dog vibes, like I
Hmm.
say with Vanderbilt, but he has more of an offensive game in his
Facts.
in his arsenal. So it felt good. Like I said, we gave junkyard dog Jerry Vanderbilt, if you're not familiar with our nickname for him, an extension, well deserved.
Hmm.
Uh,
Facts.
yes, sir. Jackson Hayes, an upside big.
Yeah.
Big athletic 7-footer. Give you some of
Hmm.
that. Give you some of that Dwight Howard
Yeah. Yeah.
vibes. Not saying that he is him, but you
He's
know
a traditional big.
and you need that. Like I say, sometimes AD doesn't want to always play extensive minutes at the five. So give somebody that can play the five legitimately and give him some some rest time for him to
Facts.
utilize. He's a lob threat, and like I
Hmm.
say, we know like all he has to play defense. But
Yeah.
like I say, as being a lob threat is definitely key for like I say players like D'Lo, players like LeBron, you know, players that
Hmm.
that can pass the ball. That's a very important piece. We not on the graphic. Before speak on the graphic, it's Gabe Vincent.
Yeah.
We got Gabe Vincent,
Yeah.
and we had some time. We had some
This is
personal
a guy who
debates.
can start.
That's what we were thinking. We were like, man, should he start? Is he gonna start over D'Lo? What is he gonna do?
He can start in a lot of places across the league, bro. But I I like how we handle him this offseason. Played more than anybody else on our team because of course he went to the finals.
Mhm.
So, really didn't see him in preseason. Um, but we know what he brings to the table. But I also like the fact that they're like, you know what, D'Lo is the returning guy. Um, we can go with him. And I like that for Gabe because this is a new setting. You gotta earn that trust. You gotta show us that you can be that guy that we saw in Miami. Because I'm gonna tell you, initially, I'm like, bro, I'm like, when he was cooking in Miami, I'm like, bro, like I felt like it was Danny when Danny Green was cooking with the Spurs. I'm like, bro, this is not supposed to be happening. So it's
Uh-huh.
like, and you know how I am about when I see something like I'm one season not enough for me to be sold. So I like the potential that Gabe bring, but I
Mhm.
want to see him do it this year. Even though I know it's a new team, new setting, I want to see him do it so I can know that you know what he's the real deal. And if he is,
That's
that's
a great.
that's that's crazy that they let us get this piece, bro. Because
Mhm.
the the when you look at the overall team, our bench is way better than last year.
Absolutely. Like we have an actual roster that we can actually feel confident about. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like we can match up. I'm not saying that we can beat everybody, but we show enough can match up with everybody in the league because we
Mm-hmm.
have players that can at least, okay, boom, you can check him, you can check him. They gonna have to check you as well, and
Yep.
let's go at it. So
Yep.
it feels good in a sense from a roster standpoint to have
Mm-hmm.
a competent roster and have like some even have some upside pieces. Like you say,
Facts.
Max Christie.
Mm-hmm. I
Max
really
Christie
like Max Christie.
Max Christie gonna be in the rotation. He had a summer league, got a nice summer league. He
Mm-hmm.
looked like he looked like exactly what we wanted him to see. He looked like you not supposed to be playing summer league, bro.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a good
And
thing
I
for
was
him.
saying that before. Like I didn't. I was like, come on, man, try
But
try some of these other people.
you know how they do with these name vets. But like
Yeah, facts.
our rookie, Jalen Hood Shafino,
Yeah, he look.
y-
Yeah, I'm sold.
he might it might be a typical red shirt year for him. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
cool.
But that's
That's
cool. Like
cool.
you say, develop your guys, and we
Yeah.
definitely do. We the Lakers franchise definitely have shown that they can develop their players. Um, we didn't talk about Christian Wood, but we got Christian Wood.
Mm-hmm.
He's an insurance piece.
Definitely an insurance piece, and needed them, man. So it's like, hey, I like all of these moves, and it don't cost a lot.
Absolutely.
It don't cost a lot, so you get a veteran guy who can, I mean, do everything that we just said that we needed. So it's like it helps solidify the whole roster. So it's like Christian, I would have been happy with the offseason without Christian Wood, but now that we
Just
have Christian Wood,
with the cherry on top.
yeah, facts.
Make the curl all the way.
Yeah. And,
But
and I know people they like, dang, you excited for the Lakers season? Like, is this gonna be a big letdown? I think we get too caught up on names because I feel like in retrospect, people would have said the same thing to Nuggets fans last year. Like people been like, yeah, we know y'all are good. Y'all are probably be in the Western Conference Finals, but you probably won't go to the finals. And if you do, you're gonna lose to somebody more star-studded, probably. But it was really the role players that got it done for them. Yes,
mhm,
their stars, Joker and Jamal did what they normally do, but that wasn't what got them over the hump. It was the pieces that people were not expecting that got
mhm,
them over the hump. So I feel like you have to do like Denver did. They just built a competent roster, and it was based around two superstars. Yes, our superstars are older, but they're still superstars nonetheless. I
yeah.
still believe in Bron. I still believe in a healthy AD. So hopefully he been working on yoga this offseason.
But that's the thing that you mentioned. Like you say, the stars, Denver stars were their stars.
Mm-hmm.
They played like stars, but the important pieces were their role
Yep.
players. And the fact that they had competent role players that understood their role and had been there the entire time. Think about it. Now we have an off season
Mm-hmm.
to implement the actual offensive system that Ham wanted to run. Ham
Yep.
could not run that 5-out offense that he wanted
Yeah.
to run last year with the spacing that we had, with the
Mm-hmm.
roster that we had. Now all of a sudden we have a competent roster. The pressure is not on Braun to play 40 minutes a game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? We can actually, if we want to do a load management plan, we actually have a roster
To
for
do it.
to an
Yeah.
actual load manage Braun and AD sometimes if we really wanted to, not to get too cocky on to say like, let's just not play AD back to back, not to play as much
Mm-hmm.
as, but what I'm saying is we do have a roster to do
Absolutely.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, think about it. The Clippers always make the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they always do have a roster that can withstand
Yeah.
the regular season of
Mhm.
their injuries that always happen. So that's all we say. Like you said, we get a Torian Prince. Okay, Brian, you're not playing tonight. Cam Reddish, this is your time to shine today, bro.
Yep.
Um, Rui, you step in for AD. He not playing tonight. Christian Wood, it's your
Yep.
turn to get more minutes.
Facts.
Jackson Hayes, step up.
Yep.
Now we have players. Vanderbilt. You can play anything. Vanderbilt.
Anything.
So it's more
Anything.
so we have a competent roster to withstand the regular season, and then we know what time it is when Brian get to the
Facts.
playoffs.
And it's just like our guy Rose said. Shout out to Ro, man. He follows us no matter what we
Yeah,
do, man. He's a real one, man. But he
absolutely.
says starting to realize it's not about names these days. You got to have hungry dogs, man. If you have that with some stars, you golden. And I couldn't say it better myself, bro. If and we've seen teams who try to load up on stars and they haven't won it yet. We seen the
Absolutely.
Celtics. The Celtics, they have their young stars. They haven't won it yet. Why? They keep changing the other pieces because they ain't found the right mix yet. They didn't have
Mhm.
brought Kimber in, they didn't brought in Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Like all
Mhm.
these other pieces, they had Gordon. I mean, Gordon, but it's just like they're bringing in all these pieces to try to get them to mess with their young core, and I think sometimes they overwhoop, man. They overwhoop with the like Kyrie. That's an overwhoop move. It's like, yeah, you're like, all right, that's a lot of talent that I'm bringing in. But yes, when you bring them in, you're stepping on one of your young stars' toes. You just need to bring in somebody that's gonna mesh, someone that's gonna know their role, someone that's a plug and play, man, someone that's a hungry dog, in the words of our guy Rowe, who don't care where you put his plate at. You get these big name guys, they're like, look, I gotta be the starting two. If I'm gonna eat, I gotta be at the starting two, or I don't want.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when we ain't got time for that, like, bro, you want to eat at this 2, 3, 4, I don't wherever it's at. And that's what you said about Vanderbilt. Like, he gonna eat wherever, bro. Besides point guard, he gonna eat
That's exactly what like other than like you say, other than point guard, he gonna eat wherever you need to put him. But think about it. Let's use the Warriors as an example. We know Steph. We know Steph was the guy. We know when they had
there.
KD, KD was the guy. But their role players were also
Yeah,
the guy. The last championship they had, Wiggins. What did
yeah.
he do?
He stepped up big.
He almost made it a argument for him to win the Finals
Yeah,
MVP. You feel
fact.
what I'm saying? Like Iguodala and when he
Hmm.
won Finals
Yeah, he
MVP.
won it.
You know,
Yeah.
say it's your
Hmm.
role players that you're going to need in pro. Like you say, it's a reason why Bruce Brown got paid this offseason from the
Yeah,
Nuggets. Like you say,
because he
KCP. We seen
because
KCP.
he fit right into the Nugget scheme, bro. And even we ain't know he could play like that.
Bro, we had KCP,
Oh
and we
yeah,
was like,
no,
bro,
we knew KCP was
but
like
we
that.
was like, yo,
And I
KCP,
said it,
we like,
bro. When
bro,
we won the chip with KCP, and I said, bro, when you win a chip with a guy like that, you got to bring him back, man. Because if you don't, you see, they found that in him. He's
mm-hmm,
one of those guys where you could put a plate anywhere and he can go and eat, bro. When we had KCP, he was on house arrest, so we was only getting home games.
mm-hmm.
Now they got a free KCP. He was really going blood. You feel me? But those type guys. Mhm.
This- and he's joking because he know
Yeah,
everybody knows I
yeah.
hate whack Bear. But and for example, if you do not know, our guy Ross is a Sixers fan.
Hmm.
Pat Bev may be the piece that they need to try
Yeah.
to get them over to at least the Eastern Conference Finals. That they
Hmm.
need that dog that somebody's gonna push and be like, hey, look, bro, stop all that. Go get in the paint. Go get a
Yeah.
bucket. Shut up. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Somebody that ain't
It
scared
might
to,
be
you
there.
know,
That's
you
right.
know, you know,
That's right.
and that's me being objective because y'all know I hate White Bear, but
Yeah.
it just we're just
It
using
might
it.
work for them.
We're using them as an example because hey, for us, hey, he did kind of he couldn't his offense was terrible,
And
but
that's the thing.
his tenacity was very valuable when we had him.
But for us, like our stars are different. Like when he was coming in saying, like, I made the playoffs last year, they didn't
Yeah,
like you, bro.
come on, relax.
Because bro, you wasn't the reason y'all
Yeah,
made the playoffs, bro. You just went along for the ride. So stop, bro.
that's your man's though.
But
Let's get to
but when he is, to your point, when he is now
playing his
over
role.
and
Yeah,
playing his role,
bro.
he can be a good fit, especially for a team that has been trying to get over the hump and might just need a piece.
Mhm.
Because for real, they have
The
mainly what
pieces.
they need.
They have
They
the
just
pieces.
need they need that curl to come around,
That's
man.
all. That's all. That's
And
all.
for real, we know this is the Laker Lounge confidential, but just to touch on Philly one more, like your window is closing, Philly. Y'all have to try to make y'all got to try to make the finals this year. Or I don't know, or y'all gotta abandon it. Y'all might have to chalk it up, bro. Cause it's how many years we've been trusting the process.
Save it, man. We gonna go. We can save that for 3 man. We go
Ah,
ahead.
you right.
You
My
about to go
fault.
in your bag. So
My
look,
fault.
let's get to the starting lineup though.
Let's
That
do
was
it.
announced. Starting lineup was announced. That is, of course, LeBron, AD, D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, and Torian Prince. But the
Yep.
caveat is Torian Prince is the starter while Jared Vanderbilt is recovering from his heel injury, which
Yep.
shouldn't sideline him for so long. Um, Based off the preseason that Torian Prince had, it was he was rewarded by being in the starting lineup. They wanted to keep Rui in his role, his backup role. You see, we could get the more out of Rui in that role. They
Yeah.
wanted Gabe, sorry, they wanted Gabe Vincent to solidify the backup point guard for it, so the offense can still flow. I understood at that point, and everybody else can handle can come together like Max Christie, Cam Reddish. Y'all fight for y'all minutes. Um, Jared Vanderbilt. My thing about Vanderbilt is he we don't know if the corner three is in his arsenal yet. That's supposedly he was working on that in the off season. If he did, that's going to be tremendous for us. But
Yeah.
my philosophy when I build my starting lineups, I can't come off the bench with defense. You coming off the bench with defense doesn't do anything
Yeah.
because the person that he's coming to check may already be hot.
Facts.
The thing that you want to do is start that defender out on and don't let him get hot. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So of course, I'm going to prefer a Torian, a Vanderbilt in the starting lineup over a Torian Prince. But like I said, with the preseason that Torian had, he deserved it to have this spot until further notice.
And going back to your point about the roster, the whole roster makeup, like last year, yes, it would have hurt when you're coming off the bench with Vanderbilt. And he was probably one of our first or second guys off the bench last year. And offense isn't his forte.
Yeah,
Yes, he can get, you know what I mean? Like we're not drawing up plays for him. He can put points on the board, but we're not drawing up plays for him. But I think this year, for him to come off the bench, I'm not as much concerned because we have other people coming off the bench who should be able to put up points.
absolutely.
So it's like if you got Gabe and Rui coming in, and you got Jackson Hayes coming in, like we should be able to score now. You see what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And so if you want to come in and get the hustle balls off the bench, like I'm extra sold now wherever
Yeah,
they plug you because the roster really matches now. So I'm just want what I mean, Junkyard to get healthy and get back, and I feel like he's one of those guys he don't care whether he coming. Of course, everybody wants to start, but if he not, he gonna come off the bench like he's starting, and he probably be back in that starting lineup soon. So
I mean, like I said, just be the junkyard dog. Like I
facts.
said, if you be the junkyard dog, it's all gonna sort itself out. Like I said, so I'm not really I know we had a debate about who should start between Gabe Vincent and D'Angelo Russell. My only caveat, and I'm going to start off with this, is just in case we need a trade piece at the trade deadline, we have to showcase D'Lo because he will be that piece that we need to move to try to acquire somebody else. So him coming off the bench will lessen his value for certain teams, but the fact that he's a starter,
Facts.
just in case
That's a fact.
we need him. We need him to be a starter. And like I said,
Yeah, and I'm with. That's everything you said is true.
yeah.
Like everything about his value, but we prefer him to be a starter and just be the starter.
And it's also a mental thing. Like I said, Gabe Vincent came off the bench before.
Yeah,
Like
fact.
I think I'm not. Don't quote me on if I'm right. He might be an undrafted free agent or
He,
a
bro, I
later
don't.
round pick or whoever.
He
But
definitely late, bro.
he ain't the second overall pick like
Bro, when he
D'Lo.
was balling, like I was like, bro, because I don't know where he's from. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Exactly.
he might.
He might be. But for sometimes the mental mindset for D'Lo, like yo, I gotta start. I'm a starter. This is what I do. And for to get the most out of him, he may need to start. But like
Absolutely.
I said, but we do know the six man, the backup point guard gets a lot of minutes, you know.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. And once again, like I said, load management will be a thing. Like you
Yeah.
say, maybe they go a small lineup, you
Hmm.
know. But I'm with it. We had some
I
thoughts
did
though.
want to say one more thing about
Get to it.
one of our pickups this offseason before we move on.
Hmm.
Cam Reddish. One of the pickups that I was worried about. And I just have to say that after preseason, I am still worried, bro.
Why?
Turnovers
Hmm.
and missed shots is like I ain't really worried about missed shots because I do know that he's a baller and if he's a rhythm player, so that'll change. But it's like, bro, you ain't been getting your opportunities in the league and you were supposed to be one of those guys. And is it because of the small? You don't do you ain't putting the small work in. Because it's like the last game against Phoenix, he had 4 turnovers, and I can't remember the minutes, but it's a lot of minutes, and I know it's.
Can I shoot him some bail on that?
Go ahead.
He was playing a lot of point guard. Like Cam Reddish ain't got no business playing no point guard. We didn't play D-Lo. We didn't have Gabe Vincent.
Yeah, and so
but it was the preseason, so somebody had to initiate the offense. They let it be Cam Reddish, and it led to more turnovers. So we know that's not his game. We know that's not his game.
And that's true. That is definitely not his game.
I'm only gonna shoot him some bail on that. But that aspect is my thing was I was like, you have to earn it. Like, we're not gonna give it to you. We know Ham not gonna just give it to you. You got to earn it. Like you say, Max Christie has been here. He's put in the work. So if Max Christie has earned the minutes, then the minutes go to him. Like you say, if Cam get in the game and he not producing, then he not producing. Hey, remember last year you called out Rui?
Yeah.
And Rui had a DNP one time, and then they say, you know what, Rui get an extension.
Yeah.
Because he put in the work and got balled.
I'll tell you something.
we had
people who not from America. When you do stuff like that, like you bench them for a bad play or something like that, they're gonna respond, bro.
So, and then you had prime example, Lonnie Walker. We had him before the trade deadline. He was a little inconsistent, but then after the trade line, he lost his like I say, lost his rotation. But then when he got back in the game, he made the best out of it.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's on you, Cam. Like you say, you didn't have how many stops?
Yeah.
Like how many stops in the league?
This is it, man.
I can't keep holding on to what my draft thoughts on at this point.
Yeah.
At some point, you're gonna have to earn your minute. You're gonna have to show people. And like I said, and if he does, cool. And if he doesn't, we have a lot of other players in position.
Yeah. It wouldn't hurt if he don't pan out.
So this, say anything for Christian Wood. Hey, bro, you had to take a league minimum deal.
Yeah.
If that don't wake you up, if you taking a league minimum deal damn near in almost when the season started, if that don't wake you up to go get your money next year, then ain't nothing gonna wake you up.
Yeah.
It was a lot of nasty. It was a lot of smut on your rep.
Yeah.
So
and you got a lot of talent, so you should.
So at some point,
that's a steal. Him and Gabe Vincent, that's steals, bro.
Still got not steal. Gabe Vincent got a multi-year deal.
Yeah, I know, because I think because he's young enough where they see the potential.
Yeah, he got some money,
and that's $10 million a year. What?
That's some money. You just got league minimum. You ain't got no business. Christian Wood not supposed to have no.
But you can have that. You can have that. You know what I'm saying? You can have a secure deal just like that next year. You know what I'm saying?
You can go earn it.
And you have the bag to do it, as far as the tool bag.
The Lakers franchise have shown that if you produce, you go get the bag. Look at Malik Monk.
Look at AR-15.
I'm talking about when they leave to go to other teams. But look at AR. But like I said, look at Malik Monk. Look at Lonnie. Lonnie went got the bag.
You definitely. Oh yeah, Malik went got the. He showcased his, and honestly, we try to do. He showcased his so much that he priced
himself out. So that's what you want to do, Christian Wood. That's what we don't want Christian Wood on the team next year.
Because we would probably we in chip contention this year.
So either you play well or you play so bad that we don't want you. It's only gonna go two ways. Let's get into the season expectations, but before we do,
there will be a time. When that time is, I don't know. I don't know if it's now or there will be a time. There will be a time when everybody will get it for sure.
In a book or?
Nah, there will be a time. Yeah.
They're gonna get it,
huh?
Obviously, KCP's my guy, so you kind of congratulate him, like you got this one. But it was just a lot of like the talking and all the Lakers. It was just so much of that going on. Like, all right, we get it, y'all won, but I think me and Brian had some conversations like we can't wait. Like James said, there's no moral victories. And we didn't like, oh, well, we had a 0.3 chance of making it, and we got to the West. Like, Nah, we feel like that we had enough to win. Obviously, we were climbing an uphill battle for 2 months trying to make it the playoffs, but it's a lot of motivation. Like, you want to win. Anytime you lose, it's motivation to get ready for the next season, try to compete for a championship. So that in itself is motivation, but also all the little talking that have been going around all summer.
Y'all
we're
heard
ready.
it.
Yeah. And I'm not on social media, and I heard it. So.
And that clip right there was the reason that I've been charged up and ready for the season, because to me, that's the most leader like AD has sounded since he's been in LA. And I think also that's the most passive that Bron's been. Is like, bro, we don't know what you're talking about. So it's like, thank you, AD, for when I first seen that clip. I'm like, Bron, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. So it's like, and we probably ain't gonna know when it does happen. But thank you, AD, for telling us what it is, man. So it's like, Bron is, I feel like he to the point where he definitely getting old, where his jokes ain't and all his stuff, and which is why this year is important for us. We talk a lot about windows. Well, this is an important year for our window. I mean, we didn't threw the crowbar up in there, and we done propped it open, and now, I mean, with our off season, we got our superstars that we invested in years ago, man, and they got us one, and they want to see if they can go and get another one. And I think AD finally sound like he's ready to shoulder that. And I think, I mean, you say it's more mental than anything. And even with Steph, when Steph had the ankle problems, and if you seen his documentary,
Nah, not yet.
so it's like the first thing that changed when the ankle stuff was here. I mean, he was like, man, hold on, man. Part of it was he was wearing the 14 and he don't even wear 14.
Yeah,
But,
that was the first issue.
but that's a mental thing. You see what I'm saying? He felt good wearing a 14 because that was his people's. You know what I mean? Like he had stole his people's shoes at one point. And so it's like, dang, then it became habit. But then you gotta realize that, bro, that joint messing me up. But also it's like the will to do everything that his trainer wanted him to do to get up out of that. So it's like AD look in shape. I mean, he's looked really in shape this off season, and I think getting work like that, getting swept, that hurt, bro. So it's like as a just as a baller alone, like when we was on the court, whether it's at VSU or at Uncle Kirby house or whatever, like run that back, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and Rashad, we took that L9. Run that back, bro. Nobody likes to lose. So it's like, all right. And it's like we played them. We played them. We kicked the season off.
Yeah.
So I am going to be looking forward to seeing them come out tomorrow like you've been talking.
Yeah.
Don't get in there and start that passive. Because if you start that, I'm gonna be pissed off, man, because you dropping clues, Bron, like we're gonna know. There's a time that everybody's gonna know. And AD, you flat out said it, man. You don't like the way they talk, Laker this, Laker that. We need to come out, make a statement, and punch the champs in the mouth, bro. And I feel like once we do that, everything will fall in place for the season, man. Because I got high expectations.
Let's get to them expectations. We got as y'all can see on the screen, we got we played the Nuggets first, and we got the Suns right after that, and then we got the Kings.
That's a damn tough schedule, man.
Off the rip. But based off the season expectations, we have we know Bucks, they traded for Dame. They still a contender, but they on the East. Porzingis went to, the Celtics. They still a contender, but they're on the East. The Heat, still the Heat, just because, they got Spo, Jimmy.
Mhm.
They're on the East. We got we got the Sixers and B as well. Whatever they're gonna do with Harden, they're gonna figure that out. Let's go back to the West though. You have a full off season with Kyrie and Luka. They're going to be an offensive threat just off the strength, and they made some pieces to make their team competent. Obviously the Suns, what the Suns did to go get Bradley Beal, Bradley Beal, KD, Devin Booker. Also, we still got the Clippers. The Clippers
are the Suns, man.
the Clippers is, I'm not sold on the Clippers when they come playoff time, but the Clippers are definitely a regular season throwing in our side. Ja gonna come back
Yeah.
for the Grizzlies. The Kings gonna grow up some more.
Yeah.
Based off what I just said, the teams that I just listed, and I might have missed some teams, but that's really not the important part. What are our season expectations? What did we realistically expect?
My expectations is I expect to compete at the highest level. Um, because I feel like we are gonna do some load management as we should because of one Bron is what Bron 39?
Yeah, he'll be 39 if he not.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to do some load management if we're gonna be healthy in the end. So I want us to do everything that we need to remain under. We need to be fifth seed or higher. That's all I want us to concentrate on a regular season. I'm not saying throw away games. Like if we come out 10-0 and we looking like number one seed, that we start losing games. No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that is my expectation. If we get in the groove and we start clicking, by all means, keep that groove going. But I expect us to be a fifth seed or lower, or higher. You know what I mean, in that sense. Because I think that we have the talent for it. When you look at the roster top to bottom, like, yes, those teams that you named in the West, like, of course, you have the Suns. I mean, the Suns are who they are. They picked up Bradley Beal. Then you have the returning champs, and the Nuggets. But you also have Portland, who's a little bit different. You have the Clippers, who, like you said, regular season, but we don't know what they're gonna do in the playoffs. This year, they did some things to their roster. They're gonna try to make that push into the playoffs this year. And we also have, I mean, the Warriors. Can't forget about those. So it's like that's 5 teams that I named. That's right there. But even still, with all of those teams, I think we match up with all of them well, except if I'm just being honest, the Suns, and that's just because they're the only team out of those teams that I just named that has 3 certified stars, superstars.
The
Everybody
Sun
else has 2.
the Suns scare me offensively because, like you said, they have 3 bona fide stars that can get a bucket at any given time.
Yeah.
The only reason they don't, I need to see how they play, because outscoring people is definitely not a recipe of success. We don't see it in the regular season. It works. Like I said, in the playoffs, it doesn't. I just want to see how they're going to defend and how they're going to match up. They're going to still have to defend us. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like you say, so that the fact that they can score on everybody is definitely a edge. But they're going to have to defend. Like you said, they don't have anybody on their roster that can handle AD. Like I said, if we're going to slow this game up, muck it up, and AD going to drop 40, then he's going to have to drop 40. He's going to know that, hey, bro, we play the Sun, you need 40.
Yeah.
It's just stuff like that. And
5 blocks.
he's gonna do his thing on that aspect. But it's like, other than that, like I said, Golden State, we ever since the trade deadline, we had Golden State number. I definitely hated everything about their offseason. That's a 3-man weave conversation that we can get in depth on. But it's like you said, we match up with everybody. Like I say, of course, we may not have the offensive star power when it comes to scoring. Like I said, when we play the Bucks, we don't have anybody that can score with Dame. I get it, honest. But like I say, who gonna stop Bron for them? Like stuff like that. Like we have people that can match up with them. We match up with everybody. Like you say, it's gonna be Ross in here. It's gonna be a tough time when we play Philly. When playing B. But like I say, who gonna stop Bron? Or deal with these other players that we have. We match up with everybody in the league. We keep saying this again. So that's the beauty of the fact that we play this long 82 game season. And we can be able to see it. Like I said, we were able to see it when it's matched up. Okay, boom. I'm not as sold on the Nuggets this year. I believe they're gonna make the playoffs again, but now they're not the lovable losers. They're not the hiding up, they're not sneaking up on anybody. They're the hunted. They're the big dog. It's a difference when that target is on your back. It's going to be different. can they withstand? They definitely lost some pieces too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bruce Brown was a definitely key piece.
A
Can't
key piece, bro.
can you replace it? Yeah, you signed some people, you drafted some people, you doing what you do, but you got to see it. Like I said, with that target on your back, people react differently. So I'm confident. Like you said, fifth seed is definitely the goal.
Yeah.
You get and what's your favorite saying? You know, get me in the dance,
Yeah, facts.
cut the
Come
music
on,
on.
man. Cut the music on, baby.
But the fifth seed will definitely be very vital because we won't have to deal with the play-in.
Yeah.
You know, see, so we'll get that extended couple days rest while the play-in is going on, and it's going to be vital for our players like AD, like LeBron. So
Mhm.
the fifth seed is definitely the goal, and I'm very confident that this team can become the fifth seed.
Absolutely.
So, let them know the schedule. What we got? Did we tell them the schedule in the beginning?
Are the games that we got coming up or our schedule?
Our schedule, the LLC schedule.
All right. So what we gonna be doing for our Laker Nation fans, man, our LLC fans, and for anybody that just wanna, you know what I mean, if you are a rival, this is a, you know what I mean, you can come in here and figure out what we doing over here. So it's like, bro, anybody, if you want to tune in, if you like basketball, man, we're gonna be doing a Laker Lounge confidential episode once a month. So the next time you'll see us, we'll touch on everything that has happened from the tomorrow season kickoff all the way up until the beginning of that Thanksgiving week, the 23rd or 24th, something like that.
Yeah.
We'll come back with episode 2 and we'll fill you in on what's been going on with the Lakers and how it's looking on the West Coast in the Western Conference. So we'll do that. And then after the New Year's or whatever, and after All-Star break, we're going to ratchet it up to, make the episodes more frequent. And then after the trade deadline, we're going to get back into our weekly schedule right up into the playoffs and all the way up until we get bounced from that thing. So hopefully it be June. You know what I'm saying? Deep June when
Yeah.
we don't get bounced. And shoot, I have to do this joint from my summer trip. You feel me?
So that's the schedule that we got going on. So like I say, keep a lookout on all the social medias.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 3Man Weave _. Like you said, we also in the Facebook group, 3Man Weave Facebook group. We here, man. Laker Nation, tag a Laker fan. Like I
Yeah.
say, we here. We can have a conversation. We talk. Like you say, we just fans, just like y'all, my brothers.
Yeah.
And
And
ladies.
anything that y'all want us to touch on the next episode, anything major that's happening, hit us up in the 3Man Weave group or hit us on the email and just put LLC in the subject line. You feel me? And we'll come here ready to talk about it. So
Shouts out to the Mamba.
yes, sir.
No. All right. This is episode 1, season 2 of the
Yes, sir.
LLC. And we are out.